evening. Can you hear me? Oh, there it is. Hello, fans of, well, animated animals in crisis. It's very good to have you here. It's fantastic seeing Full House. We are going to see 3 episodes of the BoJack Horseman show from seasons 3 and 4, if I'm not mistaken. And we have a very special guest with us tonight who's going to answer questions after the show. Just a reminder, this screening and the talk later is going to be happening exclusively in English. And yeah, Mikiem Hollingsworth is here with us. So, big round of applause.
You work in tech, don't you? Anna said that this whole presentation is going to be in English, but she was, I hate to say it, because she's been such a great guide for me, but she was absolutely incorrect. I have a pre-prepared statement that I need to read in Polish. Jestem Mikiem Hollingsworth. Jestem animatorem, który rysuje smutnego konia. Thank you very much. It is such a pleasure for me. I worked on the show for 6+ years with so many wonderful people. Being an animator and working with other animators and background designers and character designers and stuff is such a pleasure, you know, where you go into work every day, everybody's desk is covered in toys and Funko Pops and everything. Everybody is constantly talking about Dungeons and Dragons. I had a sign up on my, I shared an office with a dungeon master, and I had to be like, please no more talk about your dungeon master quest. I cannot take it. We are trying to make a TV show in here. But it is so amazing to me personally that the show has touched so many people that I would even be invited to Poznan, to Poland. This is such a great treat for me, and everybody who works on the show just really appreciates your continued fandom. It just really means so much. I want to thank Animator Festival. I want to thank Philippe, who keeps telling me to call him Philip. But as you can tell from my spot-on Polish, he thinks I can't handle saying Philippe. I can do it. And then I also want to thank Androdana. No, that's just Adriana. And then Anna, too. Uh-oh, I just walked to my son. He's like, I've had enough with this guy. I'm out of here. I want to thank Avery for coming to Poland with me. He's my little travel buddy. And we've been to Italy, and now we're in Poland. I got to say, I printed out for Avery to teach him Polish words and Italian words. The Italian sheet I printed out was like, ciao, and grazie, and ooh, bella, and oh, ooh, and va 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 boom. I got this Polish sheet. It teaches me please, proszę, thank you, dziękuję. But just like third down is danger. And so my son is asking me, Daddy, why does the sheet say danger? And by the way, listen, like I said, I am so honored to be invited to the country. But if I have any notes on the Polish language, is that you gotta change your word for danger. Look at how long this word is. So if there was some danger, like all of a sudden a train is coming down on me, and I want to warn my son, my son, I want to protect my son. And I also want to protect myself and other people, the people of Poznan. So if I was to say, Nia bez pia, so train is coming down on us. Nia bez piai chenet stufufu. Oh, I'm dead. Everyone's dead. Hey, I'm from Hollywood. If there's one thing I know is you go out on an applause break. Let's roll the show! Thank you, everybody. Do you want to say what you said again?
Yes, yes. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was, sufficiently depressing.
We had a sad one.
Yeah.
A sadder one.
Yeah.
And then we brought ourselves back up with a fun one in the end.
Of course, yeah. All right, so we're going to kick off with the Q&A. I have a few questions to start us off. I'm pretty sure you are going to have a couple of questions for Mike as well. Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, fantastic. Let's do it.
Wait a second. Now I'm ready.
Check it.
Yeah.
All right, so I think starting off easy, you don't have any kind of I don't know, college education in animation department.
What are you doing? You're calling me out. You're calling me stupid?
Yes, this is a roast. Welcome
do
to
I read as simple?
Can you read? Well, the Polish reading wasn't so great, so I thought I was going to, sorry. But yeah, point is, what I'm trying to get to is how did you kind of end up in animation? Because that was... you had a bit of a path.
Yeah, there's many ways into a field of like animation. I did stand-up comedy in San Francisco and Los Angeles.
In case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, for about a decade, and then after about a decade, I was like, I am pretty broke. I need maybe, and I was also drawing comic strips for like magazines. And so I was like, how can I take these two skills and merge them into a marketable skill? Something I can get paid for, and that was television animation, was something that I could do and make a living. So that's how I started. And then once I did start, I quickly rose through the ranks. If there is any animation, people out there interested in animation or the arts, it is very good to do something like acting or improvising, because that's what animation is, acting. And so I had gone on stage and performed, and because I knew how to execute a joke, unlike my colleagues a little bit, who were also very good, but I just had a little bit of an edge on them. And also, it's just really good to know public speaking, which can be quite difficult. I don't want to make light of that, because then you rise through the ranks, because I would have to be in editorial, like go into, you do all the storyboarding, and I supervise the whole process. You do it all, but then you have to go in to the editorial with the executives and basically they write a script, and then they give you the script, and then you have to basically sell them back their own script. Be like, look at, here's your script. And they're like, we don't think this is funny. It's like, you're like, well, you wrote it. So you have to do a good execution of the thing. But part of that is just being in a room and being able to speak to them and kind of keep things light, which doing comedy helped a lot with.
So that's quite interesting in regards to the first episode we've seen, because there is not a lot of dialogue in it. All of the jokes are very visual with the body language. And how did the public speaking and the stand-up kind of translate into that? You directed this episode.
Yes, yeah. When that one came around, Fish Out of Water was an interesting one, because in season 1, one of our storyboarders put in a funny joke where it seems like BoJack is robbing a bank, and then a security guard who's an electric eel tasers him. And it was a pretty funny joke, so I didn't want to just kill it, because fish can't be above water. So I showed it to the creator, Raphael, and I said, he laughed at it, And I was like, all right, so let's talk about this. This is a fish out of water. What does this mean about this world? Because it's really fun when you are making a show, when you have the honor and pleasure of kind of making the show. It's like you're like building a world. It's like you're Zeus or something, like moving things around. It's like you shine a light on a different area of the world, and you're like, what does this say about the rest of the world? And so I was like, this is saying that there's fish above water. And then, but he's like, listen, it's a great joke. We got to keep this joke. But then each season after season one, he'd be like, hey, is there anything you want to see in the show? And I was like, what about this fish world? If there's fish up there, that means there's people living down there too. And so eventually he, in season 3, had that fish out of water episode where BoJack goes underwater, which, by the way, is an episode which I conceived of, directed, and now I have been living over and over again. I am basically BoJack in Fish Out of Water. I am in Poland. I do not speak Polish, and I'm bumbling around your town, which I really am. I'm in the square, bumbling around, like walking into places, and people...
we have the water birth scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, so
yes.
Get ready.
So it's just, yeah, and then with that episode, Fish Out of Water, it was it got into Annecy, which is this festival in France, which is the biggest animation festival in the world. And that was where it was like art imitating life, because you guys are all so kind and so helpful. You see me bumbling around, and then you'll kind of switch to English. The French don't give a fuck. They do not switch. So they never switch. And they have at Annecy this big, giant closing ceremony. And BoJack won a special award, a special distinction. But the whole ceremony was in French. And I just heard my name, and I went up. And I do not know what the award was for. It wasn't for TV, and it wasn't for... I couldn't tell what it was for. And I've purposely, because this is how I live my life, like, I think that life can be like a joke. I have never looked up what the award was for. I have the award, it says in French what it is, and I've never looked it up. Because I think it's funnier not to know.
Right, it's a good thing you're saying it, because I have it written down, so I'm
stepping
away from you. Alright, so since I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple more questions about BoJack, but I wanted to ask about your other works. With Netflix, you've also done an interactive little thing called The Cat Burglar, haven't you?
Yes, yes, we did a thing. My son, who might be here, there he is. My son is actually named Avery after the animator Tex Avery, who I love very much. He created Bugs Bunny. You might have seen I leaned over to my son in that underwater episode where the little, what is he, seahorse? He takes in a bunch of sugar and he starts bouncing around like crazy. I took that directly from Porky's Duck Hunt, which is Daffy Duck's first cartoon, where Daffy Duck goes, woo, 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 woo. It's like my favorite thing ever. Yes, we did Cat Burglar. After BoJack, I went to Netflix. I was working at the mothership for 2 years, and they were like, we're so excited. We're getting into, Netflix is going to be a video game. You have the remote, and we're going to make all of these interactive things. And one was Cat Burglar, which I made with the creator of Black Mirror, who also loves cartoons so much, Charlie Brooker, which you could tell from the fatalist kind of attitudes of do you guys ever watch Black Mirror? It's so good. I love it so much. And it was like the pleasure of a lifetime to work with Charlie Brooker making a cartoon. Just like, I think he's like one of the greatest writers. And just to be writing this cartoon with him and then be talking about, like whenever I write, I always go to rhymezone.com and thesaurus.com. And I mentioned that in a meeting. He's like, oh, I use those websites too. And I was like, whoa, you use rhymezone.com? And then, yeah, we made this thing, and they had the London Symphony Orchestra, and they animated it in Ireland, Boulder, and it turned out perfect. It looked exactly like a MGM Tex Avery cartoon from the late 50s. And then by the time we were done with it, Netflix didn't care about interactive anymore. And now it has been deleted from the service.
Yeah, they've taken down the Black Mirror episode, the interactive.
Yeah, the Black Mirror episode is like the only thing still up interactive. Yeah. But it's on my YouTube channel because, you know, everybody who I worked with was like, I don't think you could put it up on YouTube. And I was like, who cares? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come and sue me for all my nothing? So if you want to see Cat Burglar in entirety, it's fantastic. It's like a Tex Avery cartoon that you can play, but you can't play it on YouTube. You used to be able to play it. But it is on my YouTube channel. All of it. And I also did a pilot for Netflix called Pulp, which was a neo-noir crime drama starring fruit, real fruit, on little sets with animated faces. And I also put that up on, I put that up on, no. I put that on YouTube too. I didn't care, I just put it up. Yeah. Copyrights be damned, yeah.
I also read that you have spent your, at least a part of your pandemic with the Golden Girls.
Yes. Do you guys watch the Golden Girls in Poland?
I don't think it quite made it over in the same capacity as...
Then why are you talking about it? Because you're just embarrassing me in front of my new Polish friends.
We did do the Jetsons, so it's
right now I'm feeling that this is... this moment, for me, is a danger moment. That's right. It is a Birkennerk moment. Exactly. Did I say that right? Is that how you say danger in Polish?
Absolutely. It did spell save me.
It's called a callback. Yeah. You see how well it worked?
Yeah, see, you're great. Just killing it. All right, so no Golden Girls talk then. No.
I made a pilot for Golden Girls. I tried to put Golden Girls in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Girls 3033. My idea is just that you take original audio from a show and animate it. I just think that this is a viable thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
but I guess I was wrong.
It looked pretty funny. It looked like the Jetsons ate the Golden Girls. And it, yeah.
Yes.
All right. Do we have any questions from the audience yet? And also, do we have anyone running around with the microphone? Oh, yeah, we do.
Thanks. First of all, thank you for being here and being able to meet you. I have a million questions, but I think I just asked two. First is why these 3 episodes were chosen? Did you choose it or?
Oh, I mean, that 304, the fish underwater is, we put so much, what is it called? Fish out, thank you, my manager.
Yeah. It's a good job he's here.
Fish out of water. We put so much work into and was a really great success for us. That one, in America was named like the best episode of television that year in many publications, which blew me away. I did not get a raise. They didn't care, but that was just, it was very interesting for an animated show. Like, I don't know, I mean, obviously, I love The Simpsons, of course, but I can't ever remember if The Simpsons had the best episode of television in a year, though it had many fantastic episodes. So yeah, that one meant so much to me. And then, boy oh boy, that Sugarman's Place one gets me every time. There's so many famous people in it, including Lin-Manuel
Miranda.
Yes, yeah, and Jane Kaczmarek, who was in 30 Rock, and so many. But it's, if you talk about what the show can do, like that episode, even when I was watching it right here, was tying me up in my chest, you know, just watching it, and I know everything that happens. And then I just, and there was people who, and then that one was directed by Ann Walker Farrell, who was one of our great collaborators on that one, working with her closely. When I think about it, like, she was so, she would always put up, she was such a fighter, and would always so fight for her ideas and everything. And we would often have a combative relationship, but great things came out of it. And then the last one was Aaron Long, directed by him. And he I worked so closely with, and we both love the Looney Tunes so much. And he was the guy who always got that real comedy stuff, Aaron Long. he does a great thing, Sublo and Tangy Mustard on YouTube. Great web series. He's moved back to Canada, unfortunately. But he just working with him was so fantastic, and he would always do like the real wacky ones, but he also did that one Times Arrow where BoJack's mom is like losing her, she's suffering from Alzheimer's. I almost put that one in too, but boy oh boy, we would have had to, the festival would have had to supply Kleenex to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of what, it's kind of tough because for me, when I was asked to collect them, I was just kind of like going down memory lane and almost thinking of good times that I had and the collaborations as much as the episodes. Because even when I was watching that last one, I was like, maybe we should have watched that one where they're Mr. Peanut Butter and his new girlfriend are chasing around the house. It's kind of a similar episode, but it's maybe feels more topical. Like, I don't know how topical fracking is in Poland, but obviously all of the social media in that one is so topical for every country. That was one question.
Yeah.
That was the first question, and the second question is about the second episode, about the Sugarman place.
Yes.
And the first scene with Horse with No Name song. And
yeah.
I wanted to ask how much of a freedom you had creating this scene, because it's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, and then of course
it was planned in storyboards,
yes.
from A to Z, or
and
it was
the
creative process.
So Anne Walker Farrell, that was from season 1 or season 3?
4.
Season 4. Well, she storyboarded the end of season 3, where BoJack was driving out and then saw those horses. And then she did such a great job storyboarding the end of season 3 that she was made a director in season 4. And yeah, something like that. Of course, also I was in charge of the whole production, so I just remember times like that where we did take really big swings in storyboards. That was not in the storyboard at all. That was just Anne and her team kind of pitching stuff. As in that Fish Underwater one, had a very fish out of water. Thank you.
Thank you.
Had a very thin script, because usually the scripts are like 40 pages. But that one had a script of like 10 pages or something, that just kind of, with all just description, and then...
How did you time it?
How did we time it? We were so worried that we wouldn't be able to make an episode that was 25 minutes, and then we were way over. And then, how did you time it? We just kind of dived in. Yeah. And then we were really like... When you're younger and going to film school, they always tell you to watch like the movies of Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin, which seems like homework. They're so boring. But as I've gotten older, like there's nothing better than that Buster Keaton. He is so funny, and then we just steal from Buster Keaton. Like his physicality has never been beaten, and then you just steal. But that's what we had in mind a lot, is Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin and everything. Any other questions?
Thank you so much. Oh, the same row.
Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have kind of a personal one. Okay, because Uriel, you mentioned that life is kind of full of like little jokes. And that kind of gave me like the vibes of like Mr. Peanut Butter, like when he says that life is about distracting yourself with just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And that made me think of a question, because people tend to do that they kind of match the traits of the characters, usually the toxic ones, with their own traits, and they just pick the one character who's the most relatable for them.
Yes.
Do you have a character like that?
Ooh, well, to your point, like one thing I didn't realize until the show was really over is that it is, and I don't know if even the writing staff realized, it's a story about 5 types of depression. BoJack being family trauma, Diane just being like clinical depression, Todd not growing up, just being in arrested development, Mr. Peanut Butter trying to push through all bad times with positivity. That might be me. And Princess Carolyn trying to fix everybody else's problems instead of focusing on her own problems. We know all these people. We are generally, we may be some of these people or a mix of a few of them. Me personally, I try to like always try to push through and try to make everything positive, much to the chagrin of my wife, who is maybe more practical. But I frequently argue, what if I just was always bummed out about everything? Would that help things? I haven't made the case 100% yet. I'm still working on it.
Okay.
Does that answer your question? Did I?
I mean, I'll just take it as Mr. Peanut Butter.
I'm like Mr. Peanut Butter. Yeah, I always felt like I was. I mean, sometimes in my darker moments, I felt like I am BoJack, but I think I've landed at Mr. Peanut Butter. I also very much like that actor. He's a very funny comedian, Paul F. Tompkins, who I always was a huge fan of.
He has this voice that he can make it kind of all light and funny. And
yeah. He was on a great show called Mr. Show with Bob Odenkirk and David Cross.
Were you involved in the casting process for the voice actors?
I was in the beginning, yes. They initially wanted Alec Baldwin for BoJack, but then he just basically had no interest. But I think Will Arnett was perfect. He just really nails it, and I think it's maybe like the deepest role he's ever had. Far deeper than Lego Batman.
Do you have any characters that you draw specifically for an actor? I mean, not counting the human characters, I suppose, the cameos.
Yeah, we did. There was, you know, specifically for an actor, I mean, they had a lot of celebrities on the show. It was a fun period because it was like when Netflix was just beginning. BoJack was like the 4th show on Netflix. When BoJack premiered, it was the only show that premiered that month on Netflix. And now, and then by the time BoJack's sixth season premiered, it was like one of like 20 shows that premiered that day. So we were there like this Reed Hastings and Ted Sarandos used to come to all of our table reads, like the CEOs of Netflix. It was a pretty wild ride. It was fun. But because Netflix was so hot in the beginning, it eventually took down Hollywood. Netflix eventually destroyed the town, which is what we're kind of living in right now. They like have that tech move fast and break things. They ended up breaking all of Hollywood. They are truly the ones who took the D off of Hollywood. But I love them. They're my bosses, and I like to work for them again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's nicely done. All right.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Hello. First of all, I got 2 questions. So, what is the craziest thing that didn't make the show, was scrapped or something like that?
The craziest thing that didn't make the show, gosh, you don't know a lot about television animation. We just went to a great talk from Joe Holman. Yeah. Features stuff ends up on the cutting room floor. TV is where art meets commerce. Very little is cut. Now, that is when you make TV wisely. It's gotten a little out of hand. We have some friends, colleagues, over on a show called Rick and Morty. Dan Harmon, he goes through a lot of stuff. He's treating TV a little bit more like features, where he throws a lot of stuff away. He'll get like a finished episode back and then throw half of it away, but which is crazy. But on BoJack, we did not leave a lot of stuff on the cutting room floor because it was that's classically the TV budget. Yeah, it's like when you're working TV, it's not all champagne and yachts. It's more like dinghies. That's a small boat. And
Deadlines.
deadlines. Dinghies and deadlines. Deadlines is a name of cheap champagne. And what you said you had a second question?
Yeah.
Because I feel like my answer to your first question was terrible. You deserve a second swing. Baseball? Anybody? Baseball?
Not Poland. Not.
No, sorry.
Well, it's not very into it.
I feel like you deserve a second kick
Yeah, better.
at the
Thank
football.
We've been seeing a lot of. First of all, thank you for the answer at first. For the first question, it was really good actually. I don't know anything about animation and TV, so.
Oh
that's
yeah.
Only gotten into BoJack and like.
You want to buy a show?
I'll try.
I think he's what we call in Los Angeles a rube. We can take advantage of him and get some money out of him.
Good.
All right?
Have you seen the Polish zloty?
It's not doing well.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my condolences.
And the second one, I'm a big YouTube fan, so first of all, I'm gonna watch your channel, and we've been seeing a lot of like 1 to 3 hours.
3-hour deep dives?
Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
3 hour like deep dives into BoJack episodes.
Oh,
and
yes,
stuff
yes.
like that. First of all, have you seen any of them? And second of all, did you mean for the show to be so insightful?
Are you asking, so is your question in front of all these people, my peers, I'm in your country, bearing my heart, are you asking me if I Google myself? In front of my son, you ask me if I Google myself? Next question. Of course I Google myself. Take the microphone away from that guy. Oh my gosh. First he shines a light on how cheap television is. Now he's asking me if I Google myself? Honey, I don't Google myself.
I mean, he has also asked whether you've done a good show by accident.
Done a good, oh, who?
Yeah, well,
Him or him?
Yeah, but I guess, you know.
Oh, done a good show by accident?
Just completely,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Did you mean it for it to be insightful, or what, did it just happen completely by chance?
Next question.
Hello. Oh, this thing is on, all right.
Who are they? Where's it coming from?
Oh, hello.
All right.
Okay, first question. It's about Rick and Morty, which was I was about to bring it up.
A Rick and Morty fan.
No. Of course not. But I do like one episode.
Yes.
And about...
They have one good episode, yes, I agree.
Of course, there are huge comparisons between Rick and Morty and BoJack, and with how one handles depression and the other, and that goes more into existentialism and nihilism, much more. And that's the question I wanted to ask you about. How do you feel about this show being compared to Rick and Morty?
Oh, well, I mean, obviously Rick and Morty is also fantastic. Rick and Morty's still going, which is, I'm a little jealous of. Like, Netflix kills show, like, they don't care about longevity, but Rick and Morty is lucky enough to be on Adult Swim, and they just keep getting to have more seasons. So Rick and Morty will be like The Simpsons or South Park, and will probably go forever. But boy, what a depressing ride on that Rick and Morty. It can be so bleak. But I don't know. So what do I think about the comparisons? Yeah, they're comparable for sure. I think the two of them together, I do like Rick and Morty. The two of them together kind of started another renaissance for adult animation. I don't think that it has gone to maybe the most fruitful place. I really liked Tuca and Birdie, which we worked on. The same team from BoJack did Tuca and Birdie. And I've also worked on a show, what is it called, Avery? Inside Job, which was for Netflix. We did two seasons of that, but that's just a way to cheat you and not give you a raise. It's 2 seasons, but they call it one half and another half. Boy, don't get into this TV thing. They're just trying to cheat you all the time. That was another great one. But yes, I do like it.
I was about to personally say that I'm glad that BoJack actually ended, because with Rick and Morty coming more and more, and with how the last episode had James Gunn and Zack Snyder joke, and it wasn't quite good, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what's interesting though is I think that The Simpsons got good again. Like The Simpsons was so great in the beginning for me, of course. I was young, and then it just became like no one cared for a while. But then it got good again. Like just the fact that The Simpsons has been around for so long that now they have cell phones. Like in the beginning, they didn't have cell phones on The Simpsons, and like how I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting thing. Who knows what it will be like with Rick and Morty in 50 years when they're still going. in 50 years from now, they'll be working on season 9 of Rick and Morty. All right, I don't want to talk about Rick and Morty anymore, all right? I came here to talk about BoJack.
One final question about, it's more of a, not question, but as a trivia about Polish word.
Trivia for me?
Trivia.
Trivia?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You're here to learn.
If I knew there was going to be trivia, I wouldn't have that 7th Aperol Spritz.
Yeah, there is going to be a test later.
Oh my gosh, there's a test? All right, here's the trivia.
So you mentioned about the danger word being quite long. We have another word which is also very long and complicated for worm. It's dżdżownica.
Oh yeah, it's an earthworm.
An earthworm?
Yeah, the earthworm. The word is ridiculous.
Oh, for earthworm?
Yeah.
Oh, how do you say it?
Dżdżownica.
Jovanitsa? But you guys say it real fast, but then on paper it's like 75 letters.
Yeah. So that's
Jovanista.
Yeah. Close enough.
Did I say something dirty?
No, yeah. It's all good.
All right, does anybody have any other dirty words they want me to say? Drajunka?
Oh, yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes. From me. Here.
Oh,
Here.
hello.
Hi. I wanted to ask if you're vegan.
Vegan?
And yes.
Okay.
And the other people on the team, if you're vegan. If any of you are.
Yes.
And
don't laugh at the vegans.
What was the idea behind like putting animals as people? Like have you ever thought about how
I do not laugh at the vegans. I think it is good to be vegan. I think we eat too much meat.
You're aware how much for
Poland is a very
emancipation
meaty society, right?
It is kind of animal emancipating, the show.
Yeah. I personally am not vegan. The creator of the show is vegan. And I think other people, I mean, in LA, don't get me started on all the different diets. Gluten, and everybody's allergic to gluten, and some people can only eat when it's sunny out. Uh-oh, we've offended the vegans. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, look what you had to ask a very controversial question. Look at, oh my goodness, they're going out to eat a carrot. Look at them. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you going to ask me how many potatoes were killed in the making of an episode of BoJack?
Yes.
The creator of BoJack is vegan, and that's another. Remember, I said when you create a world
behind it, like
what's that?
Animal emancipation, was that the idea behind it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't the idea behind it, but once you create, I mean, the idea behind it was just to make a fun, interesting show. But then once you're in it, then you're sitting in a world. There was an episode where they show that basically they're eating animals that are not as intellectually they weren't as intellectually advanced as the rest of them. So I believe that Raphael was basically, putting a thumb in the eye of meat eaters, Poland, except for our friends who just left. Yes, he was definitely making a point. The show as a whole was interesting because we would make big points about veganism, about, I have no idea if you can have guns in Poland, but we got a gun problem in the United States. It's a wild, wild west. Bing, bing, bing. Everybody's a cowboy. Guns, abortion, lots of different stuff. Me Too, and then also just toxic men, which BoJack was, but he was trying to get better, but he was just a toxic dude. It was an interesting thing. But yes, you are smart. Is this an investigative journalist here in Poland?
There is investigative journalism in Poland, but we don't know this guy. Do you have a press pass? Not authorized.
Any other questions? Anybody want to ask a question about abortion?
Not about that, but so if I could ask two questions. First of all, I want to say that thank you very much for coming here. And
thank you for coming, which I very much appreciate. All of you coming out and watching the show. Do you think that applause break wiped away me saying the word abortion?
No, not really. This stays. It's being written down, my dude.
You mentioned longevity of The Simpsons, and we talked briefly about Rick and Morty, and I wanted to ask if it was up to your decision, would you have kept BoJack running longer, and if so, what would you have added, perhaps?
Yes, we did. It was the desire of the team to continue going. But Netflix basically said, the thing is, it's like, Netflix is not a network, it is an app. And so they have a thing where they found that shows will only bring in new subscribers. They don't care about viewing, they care about subscribers. It will only bring in new subscribers for 3 seasons, and then after that it plateaus. So BoJack got many more seasons after it stopped delivering new subscribers. So in that way, we were a success. And it was just a great place to be at the time, like Netflix at that time, like right at the beginning. So everything went, like I had 0 complaints, but that's just the reality of it. I think yes, he would have liked to continue to make new episodes. We did make new shows. We made Tuca and Birdie, and now he's going on to make Long Story Short, which comes out shortly. And he made another one for Amazon. I forget what the name of it was. Undone.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But BoJack was the best, of course. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good. Put that down in your paper, investigative journalist. Mike Hollingsworth answers question, more or less. There's your headline.
And if I may have one more, and it's as cliche as a question can get, what other shows other than The Simpsons, maybe some modern ones, inspire you, and whose works inspire you to create and work as an animator?
Sure, yeah. I like in Poland, everybody asks 2 questions. It's a standard thing. It's a 2-question. Is it a conversion rate thing?
We're doing a deal today.
Oh, okay. It's a 2. For me personally, I don't know if you know all of these things. But I absolutely, growing up, I loved the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Snoopy. I absolutely loved the Muppets, the Muppet Show, Jim Henson. And the Looney Tunes, Chuck Jones and Tex Avery, all of those cartoons. Those are and then I love like Saturday Night Live and comedy and stuff. And then, shows today. I mean, we just keep watching White Lotus over and over again, my wife and I.
It's good. It's good to see rich people suffer a little bit.
Yes, exactly. All right, who has two more? Who's our next two questions?
No, I have one question here.
One question?
One.
So you're not Polish? We have an interloper here. What is this? Is this a Swede? She's Swedish or something?
You guessed it. No. I have only one question. Here, down here.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yes. The question is actually about the show. Wow. No, that was just a joke. Okay. Why don't we ever meet Erika?
Oh, it's a running gag.
Oh, okay. So that's just boring answer.
We don't we love a running gag?
Yes.
And if you can keep it going for 6 seasons.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
You're never gonna see Erica. You were never gonna. It's a running gag.
Okay.
There was also a running gag with BoJack hating Honeydew.
Yes.
Honeydew. With that one in the last episode, he tries Honeydew and he says it's actually pretty good. But there was other running gags. Was there other running gags in the show that kept going through the whole thing?
The F-bombs?
There was the D being gone, I know.
Yes.
Oh, yes. What is this, a crossover episode? Yeah. And then in the end, he got a crossover episode, and it was sweet between BoJack and Mr. Peanut Butter. The assistants, Yes. And one of the assistants was voiced by James Adomian, who was Rowdy Cat in Cat Burglar.
Yeah.
Small World,
All right, you guys. We are running a little short.
Rowdy Cat was the main cat, yeah.
Okay, so I have another question.
All right, that is going to have to be a last one. Where are you?
Here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so you mentioned that you used to do stand-ups, wouldn't figure that out. But I wanted to ask, because we see in BoJack that he is also a struggling stand-upper. That was autobiographic, or this is just standard in Hollywood?
Well, I mean, everything ties together so nicely. I can't say it was autobiographical, but when BoJack when they show him in the past doing stand-up, it is based on the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard, in Los Angeles, where I used to do comedy, and I put the picture up on the walls in the real Comedy Store. There's pictures of all the famous comedians who performed there, who are like, I don't know, Jim Carrey, Eddie Murphy, everybody. And I did put my own picture up on the wall as kind of and a lot of my friends that I did stand up with when I was young. I'm still pretty young. You were just saying earlier how young I looked, how nice my skin was. You're like, oh my gosh, your skin,
what's your
so
skin
young.
routine?
Yeah, you asked about my skin care.
Yeah,
thank you. So yes, I did put my picture up in the Comedy Store and everything. And yes, I do have that. Are you trying to say that I'm more of a BoJack than I am a Mr. Peanut Butter? You're acting like a real Diane right now.
I literally said during the screening that I'm like Diane to my friends, so you know.
All right, thank you guys very much for the questions.
Well, Diane was the heart of the show, and that means tonight, you were the heart of the screening. Another applause break.
And later on tonight, you can go to the festival club, the Serce, and for the karaoke night. So that's all about heart for tonight, but we have actually a bit of a surprise for you.
Isn't Anna a great team player? Did you see how she worked in that secret plug for the festival?
Yeah, I know. I yes-ended you, and I sold some tickets.
Oh my goodness. Is Philippe still here? Oh, isn't she wonderful how she squeezed in that promo?
Well, that doesn't count. He loved me already. So.
And that's coming out of my time. You could have had 2 questions like all the rest of the Polish people, but she had to squeeze in a plug for the festival. Oh.
Yeah, but we do have presents. Can you please raise your left hand very nicely, all of you. Go on. All right, now reach into your left hand drink place, pocket, whatever. If you find a little sticker in there with Mike's initials on it, you will receive a signed poster from Mike, of the Animator poster, which was actually done by Mike. All the amoeba bits are your work.
Yes.
So, yeah, go off. There are 20 of them, so very exclusive indeed. Do we have any winners? Hand up. Yeah, all right. Good, good, good. So you will be able to collect them at Alicia's right over here.
As they say in Las Vegas, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Exactly. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Big round of applause. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Avery. Yeah. The manager, everyone. Yeah. Woo!
Thank you for coming, everybody.